Hi everyone!
Welcome back to our channel, and if you're new here, my name is Brandon.
And my name is Heidi, and we're here with a new video for you.
It is finally official. We are going to Disneyland, and we are so excited. We can't wait to share all about this trip with you. So let's get into the announcement and the whole trip breakdown.
So we usually do a trip announcement before every trip, but this one's extra special and different because this time we're not going to Disney World. We're going to Disneyland, and this is our first Disneyland experience. Technically, Brandon has been to
Downtown Disney and DCA to ride Tower of Terror. That was my extent in high school.
Okay, but that was his extent.
Still first time.
I've never been, so we're going for the first time and we're so excited about it.
Yes, and this has been a trip that has been, dare I say, 2 years in the making. Ever since the last D23 Expo, we kind of talked about this. We've, of course, always wanted to go to Disneyland, but it's just more of a hassle, more expensive to kind of fly out to California. Disney World is easy, and cheaper being international and stuff. So it's usually the destination that we go to. But this time, because it's an expo year, all of the stars aligned and we're going to Disneyland with Haley and Tommy from With the Deficies. And if you don't know Haley and Tommy, I'm sure that you do, but if not, we'll leave their channel linked in the description down below. They also are co-hosts on our podcast with us, the Park Squad Pod, and we've planned this, like I said, with them for 2 years, which is so crazy that it's all finally coming true.
So the dates of our Disneyland trip is going to be August 8th to August 18th. So it's 10 days, which people might think is kind of crazy. What are you going to be doing in Disneyland for that long?
Everything.
Because usually you can get that park done in just a few days or a weekend. But with the expo and the fact that we're paying all this money to go out there, we thought we might as well just make a long trip out of it. And we think it's going to be fun because we're going to be able to take our time at each park and really just take it all in.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a vacation, so we're going to have fun.
It's going to be so great. And if anyone out there is wondering and they're like, but Brandon, you're going to be a cast member in Disney World on the cultural exchange program, and that goes until August 15th. How are you doing this? And good question. I am going to have to trade shifts or give up my shifts at the end of the program to make this happen, which I knew going into the program that that's kind of what I was going to do. And I'm totally okay with it because, again, I'll kind of celebrate my last kind of shifts before, and then I'll just kind of trade all those and enjoy this trip. But this will be unique and different for us because we're both going to be flying from different places and then kind of coming together, which the last time it was you flying to me in Florida.
Yeah. Now
it's me flying from Florida to California and you from Canada to California.
Yeah, so that'll be different. We still have to finalize our exact flights, but we have ones that are on our radar that we're essentially just waiting to buy.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about flying to Disneyland is that there's a lot of different airports nearby. Yeah. So a lot of people have said different suggestions of different airports to try. The one thing that's a bit hard is flying from Canada. The big airport is LAX. Yeah. So there's a lot of direct flights to LAX, but not really a lot of direct flights to the other airports. Yeah. And the price is way...
They're cheaper.
Yeah. Way cheaper at LAX. So we're still kind of monitoring that and see if that changes. But for us, it's going to be cheaper to fly to LAX and pay a bunch of money for a cab or Uber to get to Disneyland rather than paying hundreds of dollars up front on the extra to other places. So that's where we'll be flying.
Yes. Which is crazy. Again.
Yeah, it's going to be a long flight.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Which is, I think, something that I have maybe not experienced a long flight. So I'm interested to see how that is because, again, when you're a taller human, sometimes flights aren't the best. So I'm hoping I can get an exit seat or one of those little preferred seats because these long legs can't be in there for 5 hours. So now we're going to kind of go step by step of all the days. And once we land on August 8th, they're actually doing something special at Disneyland, which is D23 at Disneyland. It's a celebration thing where they're going to celebrate the expo kicking off, and they're going to have special things like cavalcades and food and photo ops and all that kind of stuff. Now, we're not too sure the logistics of this because it kind of makes it seem like you need a park ticket plus your expo ticket, but then other people have said that you can just have the expo ticket.
Well, and then also they're saying that even if you're not going to the expo, you can just buy a ticket. So there's a lot of things up in the air. So we're
navigating it to see.
We're navigating it. We think it's on our to-do list. Yeah. But it's going to be kind of dependent on the ticket situation.
Everything and when our flights land, all that stuff. But I will still be a cast member at that point, which is exciting. As a cast member, I do get my main gate ticket plus extra tickets from working. So we're going to kind of see if we can divvy those tickets up and work it out so we can all go on that Thursday to the D23 day at Disneyland.
And then after that, starting Friday, D23, the Ultimate Fan Event, kicks off. which we're really excited about this. Brandon
Seriously.
and his family were actually supposed to go to D23 back, I think, in 2019.
2019.
And then ultimately they couldn't go because it was like hurricane or earthquake season or whatever.
Earthquake, yeah. My mom didn't want to go.
Yeah, so sad. So, but that's okay because now
Yeah.
it's like we get to experience together for the first time.
This year, though, they're doing things a little bit different where in years past, you could kind of like wait overnight out in lines to see all of like the major panels where they announce like the movies and the park stuff and all that cool stuff, and you could wait outside in lines. Now this year, they've eliminated that. They said we're not waiting because it's not safe and all these other factors. So now...
I feel like we were excited to do that.
We were pretty
excited. We were
excited.
gonna like embrace it.
Yeah.
But now we'll actually be rested. So that's good too.
That's true. So now they're doing it where you can buy a ticket for the actual convention plus like the actual Honda Center panel presentation. So you could have got like individual tickets for just the expo or tickets, like I said, that have the expo plus the Honda Center presentations, which is where they're doing this. This is at the Anaheim Convention Center, but then they also do stuff now this year at the Honda Center for the bigger panels. But the whole ticket thing was insane. If any of you out there, I just want to say this before you go off about this, if any of you out there tried, let us know if you got tickets or you didn't, or if you tried just to see, let us know, because we were stressing hard on the first day.
We'll talk a little bit about our ticket experience just for anyone who is interested maybe in future events if they repeat it or whatever, or just want to know like how that went.
We really thought that we were just going to pull up, get our tickets, have a good time.
Yeah.
We're going to the expo.
We were not stressed.
At all.
Like, us nor Haley and Tommy were stressed.
No, so, we were like, we'll just go on.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can sit together. That was our only worry.
Yeah, so our worry was that we could sit together. Little did we know, like, we would not get tickets almost. So what happened was the first day that you could buy tickets, which I don't remember what the day was.
For gold members. It was like a Tuesday a few weeks ago.
Tuesday a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
We log on there. Brandon, like, is going to be the ticket buyer, and then Haley is going to be the ticket buyer. They log on there together because we weren't sure how it worked with...
Right.
They were not clear with as D23 gold members if you could buy one ticket, multiple tickets until literally like the day of.
Yeah, because I got an email when I asked about it.
And then they were like, oh, you can buy 8 tickets, which is another story. But anyhow, you can buy 8 tickets. So we were like, okay, not a problem. So Brandon and Haley went on one singular computer, like they each had one, logged on.
Before noon, and it was noon Pacific time.
But we didn't know how it worked. Logged on, and you get put into a queue. And
random. Spit out everywhere.
And so the numbers that they got were like in the 30,000s of like...
I think I was 17,000 that day, and I was like stunned by 17,000.
I don't know if that's true. I feel like
it is true.
Number.
No, 17. Okay, I know 17, for sure.
And I think Haley was more than that.
She was more, yeah.
So then we were like, oh wow, okay, how many like seats are even in the Honda Center? I looked and it was like not that. It was like 20,000 or something. Like it's not that much more. So we were like, oh wow, like are they gonna even have tickets left? Because on the first day they were only like selling some tickets for the D23 gold members.
Yep. And it wasn't even working properly. Like there was a bunch of issues, like the line paused, people like were getting to the end to buy tickets and they couldn't actually pick tickets, and then like their timer ran out for 10 minutes and it booted them out.
Yeah.
So many horror stories.
Anyhow, 3 hours passed. We didn't get tickets. We didn't even get into the option to get tickets.
And then
we called Haley and Tommy and we're just like, what even is that? And then all of a sudden we started thinking, are we even going to get tickets? Like, is our trip going to be canceled?
And I want to say this because we came on our podcast on here and we're like, we're going to D23. We're so excited. And then like that day it was like, oh my goodness, we might not be going.
And then we're like thinking like, do we still go to Disneyland?
Yeah.
Like, why would we go if we're not going to D23? But then we just were like, no, tomorrow we're going to try. This. Like the following day we're going to really try. We're going to manifest it for ourselves. We're going to be prepared. So then ourselves and Haley, because Tommy went to the movies, he was just like
he tried those still.
He was an unbothered king at that point because he was like, I'm just going to go to the movies. You guys got this.
The day after was the Visa pre-sale. It was for anybody that was paid with a
which
Visa.
We didn't even have a Visa, so we had to like message Brandon's mom to use her Visa because we're like, we need to get tickets.
Yeah.
Which thank goodness that she let us use that and that we were able to do that. So we log on. We used my laptop, my phone, my iPad, Brandon's laptop, Brandon's phone. Haley
had like two screens going, her
phone, and then Tommy later tried his phone as well.
And then it started spitting numbers.
Yeah. So then Brandon was the first one to get a number.
32 and 34,000.
And so it was like, ooh, not looking good. Then I, on my old janky like MacBook from like 2012 or 2014, barely works. Zoop. logs me in and is 547.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And then our other ones, I think I had one maybe
like 7 or 8.
Yeah, and Haley I think Haley had like a 7,000. She was the next closest.
My sister tried at work. Like we had all hands on deck. Hester was even going to try for us. Haley's mom, she was going to try. It was insanity.
Yeah, so anyhow, we ended up I got 547, so I ended up getting in first. And once we were in, they had the option for buying like 3-day tickets to like the panels or 1-day tickets, and the 3-day tickets were sold out, at least like not the super expensive. We didn't even look at the ones that were like $2,000.
No, because they had some high tiers, but we didn't even know going in. We just thought that it wasn't working, but really they were sold out.
Yeah, and I don't even think I think they were all sold out, other than like maybe those like extra preferred expensive ones, because
and there was accessible seating up at the top still.
So except when you went to the map, like it showed like no seating.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyhow, I was pressing on seats. I was so confused. We went out, and then I went to like the single day pass, and we were confused as if you could like just buy individual days, or because then we were planning that like if I logged in, then maybe Haley could log in and then she could buy the other days.
Yeah.
So then we started buying like more expensive seats because we thought, oh, if we can only go for 1 day. And then I'm like, no, I better like try this right now. I went back, canceled the seats, added in like the seats that we actually wanted. And then you could just add and buy single day tickets all together.
Yeah.
So I was able to get all 3 days, but they were like single tickets. So we had to sit in like different spots.
$99 a ticket, way up at the top.
That's what we
just want to be in the room. That's what we wanted. It was the same price pretty much, like just a little bit more than buying like the 3-day put together, but we got what we wanted, and we just had like the biggest weight lifted off.
Yeah.
It was so with that being said, we're officially going to D23.
Yes.
We posted about it over on Instagram. You can follow us at Sunny Times 2, and we're just so stoked and so excited. So we thought that we'd share that ticket experience, because maybe next year's the same.
Or
who
2
knows?
years.
Yeah. Yes, true. Yeah, 2 years. But now we'll kind of break down what each day is and kind of what we're like most excited about. So on the Friday, of course, like with every day, there's just like the regular expo where they have shops and vendors, other smaller panels, cool photo ops, like characters out there. Sometimes there's some celebrities roaming the floor. A lot of cool things happening. But then, like I said, each night they're doing the special big panel at the Honda Center. And on Friday, it is the Disney Entertainment Showcase, which is everything related to movies and TV and all that kind of stuff. So Disney Animation, Marvel, Star Wars, all those things, like Fox, so many different things will be showcased there. I think that maybe there's some things that I think potentially could be shown, and you can leave your guesses if you think, but we're so stoked about this. And when we kind of had to pick between if we were going to do 2 days, because we didn't know how that it would work, this was one of the ones for sure that was on our list, because it'll be so cool to see like the actors come out on stage and see like trailers or snippets of movies. I just think that's going to be so cool.
And then Saturday, which is the following day, is the Disney Experiences Showcase. So this is all about Disney parks. This was like the top day on all of our list, because this is the one where they really talk about like what's coming to parks around the globe. And they showcase like, well, it could really be anything.
Anything. Cruise ships, new attractions, stores, merch. It could be so many things, like a new nighttime show. I think, though, the rumor is around this will be a big parks panel showcase, hopefully. And of course, we're going to be sharing, which I didn't say earlier, all of this stuff about the expo. We're going to try to post our vlogs like early, and we're going to be talking about it on our podcast, the Park Squad Pod. So definitely go subscribe over there. We'll leave all of the links, the Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Instagram, everything in the description down below, because we're going to record episodes there as well to talk about like all the news that's dropped. And then of course, like I said, we're going to try to get our vlogs. This is me holding myself accountable that like that night or something, like the vlogs will go up for the next day, or like right away once we're done. I don't really know how that's going to work. Let us know if you like that, if you want stuff like right away, because I think that would be super cool. And then on Sunday, the last day of the expo, is the Disney Legends ceremony, which is when they honor a bunch of Disney legends, so people that have made contributions to the company, whether it's like music, movies, TV, Imagineering, like business, anything within the company. And there are some pretty cool people being showcased here. Your favorite being who, Heidi?
Miley Cyrus.
Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus herself, which is so cool.
I can't believe we're going to be in the same room as her.
Yeah, so cool. So they're going to be honored as a Disney legend. I think it'll just be so cool to be in the room for that. So we're doing each day of the expo. Each day of the expo will be a separate vlog, which will come in August. And of course, like I said earlier as well, just stay tuned on our channel, because all of this stuff is going to come. It's going to be a jam-packed summer with my program. the expo, and Disneyland. So definitely subscribe, ring that bell, because there's going to be so much content coming your way.
And then after the expo is done, starting on Monday, we are going to be hitting the parks, and tentatively we have Universal Studios Hollywood planned for the first day, which we are not really Universal goers.
No, I've been before.
I want to be going. Yeah, I want to go, but I feel like it's just so expensive.
It is.
That like we never make it a priority comparison to like, I don't know, Disney.
Well, like, and I think that when you like Disney, then you always choose Disney. You know what I mean? Which I think kind of happens lots. And like, it is expensive to go to Universal versus also like if you're staying on Disney property, like it's so easy and it makes it worth it. So I think this will be fun to go. I've actually been to Universal Studios Hollywood before, and I've been to the one in Orlando as well. But I'm excited to like experience it and see it again. I know that this one's like a smaller scale to the one in Orlando, but I think it'll be fun. And this is kind of like our tentative day where we're going to do that. Probably like rent a car and drive there, and then maybe do some of the other things, like we got to try an In-N-Out burger and all those kind of like random little things before we actually hit Disneyland.
And we thought maybe we would do that like the first day after the expo, since we're there for so long, that maybe if people are sticking around after the expo to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, that Monday won't be as busy.
Yeah, that Monday wouldn't be as busy. So that's our thought process. So that's what we think is happening.
And then after that, from August 13th until the 17th, we're doing 5 days at Disneyland Resort and doing Disneyland Park and Disney's California Adventure Park and downtown Disney and seeing like the resorts and doing all of the things that it has to offer there, which is so exciting, which we also never said where we're staying, but we're going to be staying at a Good Neighbor resort or like hotel. We're not going to stay at one of the Disney ones because again, with like the price point and all those things, we got a really good deal on a room that we're very happy about. So we're going to be staying off of Disneyland property, and we're going to be staying at a Good Neighbor, which is still fun. It'll be like walking distance, which I think will be a different perspective of like not staying at Disney and walking to the park from your hotel. I think will be different and cool. But like I said, we're going to be doing Disneyland for 5 days, and we're so excited. I think that this is going to be something where we're going to love Disneyland. Yeah, I really do believe. What do you think?
I think so, because I first of all, I don't really know like anything in Disneyland.
Yeah, you don't even know rides that are there.
No, I refuse. Like when I watch vlogs, I skip through the rides. I don't even know what rides are there. I don't even know what's there.
You know, like a few here and there, but nothing major at all.
Nothing major. Like I know like the obvious ones, like Incredicoaster and stuff like that. But like the little details, I don't know. So I'm so excited. And I think that it's just going to be so different, and because it is. And it's going to be so cool to be able to experience something like brand new. When you go to Disney World, so often we love it, but like you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like you know what to expect. And you kind of go there and you know what to expect, but this is going to be completely
a whole
new.
trip of firsts.
Yeah.
Which is so fun. I feel like that I said this on our podcast episode, that I love when I see people experience things for the first time. So to be on the other side of that, where like we're going to get to do that, I think is so cool and unique. Like you said, like it's kind of rare that you get the opportunity as like a Disney World person to have that happen, because like new stuff comes out sometimes, but to have like 2 full new parks is going to be pretty crazy. We also wanted to say there's so many things that we're looking forward to at Disneyland, and stay tuned to our podcast for a special episode on all of the things that we're looking forward to, myself, Heidi, Haley, and Tommy at Disneyland. That should be coming like at some point in the summer, because again, all of that Disneyland stuff is going to ramp up, which is so exciting.
So that covers our Disneyland trip details. We are so excited. And if you go to Disneyland, have been to Disneyland, and have any recommendations, definitely leave them down below, because we are newbies. So we need all the help that we can get going into this.
Oh yeah, anything like spots, food, all that stuff. And let us know any Disneyland stuff that you want to see. Of course, we're gonna vlog everything, but is there stuff that you're like dying to know? I just know that our vlogs are gonna be like so full of just this. There's gonna be smiles and sore cheeks from all of the fun stuff, but we're just so excited. We hope that all of you are as well. Like I said, be sure to consider subscribing to our channel for so many things this whole summer. This is like the kickoff, because I should be finding out very soon my work location on my Disney Cultural Exchange program, and then all of that content's gonna ramp up, and then it's gonna right away after it's done transition into the Expo and Disneyland, which is just gonna be a jam-packed summer over here on our channel, which is so fun. I also wanted to share that the ladies over at Magical Castle Company have a new code for us to share with all of you until I leave for Florida. It is Sunny15, so you can use it on their shop to get all of the fun stuff. I know that we're gonna be rocking some of their stuff over at Disneyland, that's for sure. I wore this for today because I'm excited to see this over on the West Coast, but they got all the best stuff: hats, shirts, like crew necks, all the good stuff. So definitely go check them out. We'll leave their links in the description down below. And like I said, use code Sunny15 to get anything over on their shop. So be sure to like this video if you did enjoy it. Consider subscribing if you're new to our channel, like I said, for all of the Disney things to come. And ring that bell so you never miss any new videos.
And remember, it's always sunny.